standing by both in person and virtually. Being joined now by Coach Swinney as always. He'll have some opening comments before we open to questions in the room, and then finishing up with questions via Zoom. So, Coach, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right. Well, first of all, it's you hate for anybody to lose a game like that. That was an unbelievable college football game. Two teams that fought with every ounce of everything they had. That's what a top 15 matchup should look like, especially on the road. And hey, they were the Atlantic Division champs last year for a reason. And I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I told our guys better prepare for come down the last play. Yeah, but one of the things we say at Clemson all the time is Clemson football 60 minutes or as long as it takes to finish. And last year we came up short in a double overtime game, so to be able to come on the road and win, and not only that, for the offense to have to be the catalyst, to have to really carry the load. It's been a while. It reminds me, of our 16 team where every game seemed like it was like 52-40. Every game seemed like it came down to an onside kick or something. And I think we grew up in a lot of areas tonight for sure, especially offensively. You hate games like that, but sometimes you need a game like that to really solidify your confidence and your belief, and especially coming off a year like we had last year where we couldn't hardly, score 21 points. And, so unbelievable game. Again, nobody really deserved to lose the game. Wake Forest, that is a savvy, veteran, tough football team. And there's nobody in the business that I respect more than Coach Clausen. Those guys get down 14-0. It shows you what they're made of. For our guys to get down on the road, time and time again, and to continue to battle, and then in the overtime have to answer. I think you saw the heart of our team. A lot of football character, as I like to say, tonight. So a lot to correct, but, a lot more fun to correct it, coming off the win, certainly than not getting it done. But I'm proud of our team. We didn't win the division or anything like that, but we stayed in control, and doesn't get any easier. Got another top 10 matchup next week. It'll be another tough battle, as they all will be. But the name of the game is to find a way to win, and we did that tonight, and that's progress from last year. So I'm proud of that. It takes a lot of mental toughness and a lot of focus to win on the road, and you saw a lot of mental toughness from our group tonight. So just proud of them. I mean, it was an awesome, awesome win, and offensively, DJ was amazing. I mean, you just continue to see who he is, and I'm really, really proud of him. 16 of 23 on third down that's the most conversions in the history of Clemson football. A lot of big plays. Man, the receivers making plays, tight ends making plays. Shipley, you just another 100-yard game. DJ making plays. Those kids just kept hanging in there, kept battling, kept believing. And, again, sometimes you need a game like that to really, truly reach your potential. 6 of 6 in the red zone again. Just really, really proud of the guys. Again, a lot of guys made a lot of plays. We did not turn the ball over. And if we turn the ball over, we probably don't win the game. That probably was the difference in the game because we had 120 yards of penalties. And in fact, I asked Tim, I said, I don't know if I've ever had a game of 120 yards of penalties. And he quickly said, 140 against Ohio State in the 2014 Orange Bowl. They all remember that one. Remember it came down to the last play. Taj threw the pick right at the end. And then Stephon got it right back. Ironically, both of those guys are now on our staff. So the crazy thing is we won both of those games, so really, really fortunate to win a game where you have 120 yards of penalties. I mean, just really disappointed in that, but hey, we found a way there. Special teams, awesome. BT Potter, 52-yarder. I'm sure there was a lot of people probably questioning me there, 4th and 4 when we really weren't stopping them well, and you're down 3 and you're on the road. But, I got BT Potter. And I watch him in practice every day. And I think he's the best kicker in the country. And you go out there and don't flinch and make a 52-yarder. It was good. It was money. You got to make kicks like that. And so I just think there's so many areas that we grew. And then defensively, it was ugly at one position, obviously. And The only good thing about the game is we gave up 6 touchdown passes. We didn't give up 7. That's the only good thing I can say. And they never quit, and they kept battling. They played one more play, and Big Nate came up with it right there at the end. So, oh my goodness, just a tough night, but we're fortunate to get the win. So I'm just really proud of our guys, proud of our staff for battling. You saw what our heart is, and appreciate our fans. Although we had a great crowd, I thought Wake Forest had an awesome crowd, great environment, and again, just a great college football game that we were very fortunate to win.
Coach, I think 33-7 now in one-score games since 2011, 63 straight wins when leading at halftime. How much does that say about just the mindset, the mentality, the confidence, the culture of the program, however you want to put it, but just the knowing that they're going to come up with one play to win?
Yeah, it's belief. I mean, it is culture. You know, and that's probably an overused word, I guess, but it is culture. That's what it is. I mean, you don't. What was it? 33-7. I mean, one-score games. There's been a bunch of those ranked games, and you know, a lot of playoff games and championship games, and a lot of big games. So, it's culture. It's your off season. It's how you train. It's the belief that you recruit to, and it's the relationships. It's everything. It's ownership. So, I mean, maybe if you're 5-2 or something, but you don't get lucky and be 33-7 in games like that. There's got to be something driving it. And we got good coaches, we got good players, but we got a lot of character. And, we have an instilled, unshakable belief in our DNA. And that's been incorporated for years now. And so I'm proud of them. I mean, it's not easy to ever win, and I know there's a lot of bad we put on, but neither team played great defensively, right? Both teams gave up a lot of big plays for sure, but we saw who we are tonight, and it's not always perfect, but to win a game like that, you can really grow from that. I think. Just like any of those other games that we've had over the years. Syracuse 4th and 6, at home. We've had a bunch of them. At Louisville. I mean, we had a lot of them, a lot of games where we've had to find a way to win a really tight game in the fourth quarter. But, again, that speaks to everything that's a part of our program.
What was the defensive call on that last play? It allowed you to have your
Yeah, we played Tampa 2.
guys back.
We played Tampa 2, and Nate just sank. He just sank, and we we're in a good spot there. And honestly, the safety probably picks it if Nate's not right there, but he just really sank underneath it. We made the one play that we needed to make. So that's the only thing that matters at this point. None of the rest of it matters other than obviously we got a lot to teach and learn from, and really just really one position that really got us in a bind all night, and we just we didn't execute some calls. We busted on some cover 2s. We didn't press Bell like we supposed to. I mean, there's just a lot of things that we gotta correct, and we can correct.
You said there was nobody in the business you respected more than Dave Claus.
Yeah.
Considering what he's built to make that game as competitive as it was, what do you respect the most?
Well, he's a great man of integrity, first of all, and I've spent a lot of time with him on a very personal level in a lot of difficult conversations and challenging conversations, and he's very unselfish. He's very unselfish. He's very loyal. He's passionate about what he does. I mean, he's a person of character and integrity, and he does an excellent job evaluating and developing. You saw a bunch of 6th-year guys, a bunch of 5th-year guys out here, tonight that have played a ton of football, and I mean, that quarterback, what a winner he is. So he's just a guy. You don't often get to spend the amount of time with someone in this business like I've been able to with him through COVID, through some subcommittee stuff that he and I have been a part of. And it's easy to see when you're around him why they win and why they're so consistent. So he's a good man and heck of a football coach.
Yeah, but were Bakuba, Sheridan, or Malcolm Green, were any of those
Yes, they were, and obviously we could have we could have used somebody, but hopefully they'll be back.
Dabo, obviously, I think kind of mentioned a variety of issues at corner, but any one or two main things in particular that you felt like was a reoccurring issue?
Yeah, I mean, letting them behind us, getting beat inside. When you play press bail, you stay on top of them. When you call cover two, and you play cover two. You don't float. I mean, but again, we played two freshmen out there. Fred hasn't really played a whole lot, honestly. So he's still a guy that's finding himself. Nate is going to compete. I thought we had a couple of tough calls that went against us. That gave them some momentum, but it is what it is, and at the end of the day, we kept battling, and I love our guys, and we'll do a better job, getting that cleaned up. Mike Reed's as good as there is in the business. He's the same guy that's coached all them corners in the national championship games. He's as good as there is, and I guarantee you he'll get it fixed.
DJ seemed to be in complete control.
Yep.
Is that how you saw him today?
Yep, and he's been that way, really. I mean, that's what I saw all summer, all camp. And that, as I said, going into the Georgia Tech game, I just need to see him do it under the lights. I needed to see him, how's he going to be when he makes a terrible throw or makes a bad decision or turns it over. Last year it kind of led to more of bad. And how's he going to handle that this year? And he had that little start of the first half there in the Georgia Tech game where it was like, it was like, oh, man. And then, man, he just pushed through it. And he got better. And he got better in the Furman game. He got better in the La Tech game. And so it's just awesome. I mean, he's a big, strong dude. He's so confident running the ball now. He's an incredible – he looks like Taj out there, doesn't he? He's not Trevor or Deshaun running, but he looks a lot like Taj as far as that just toughness, that willingness, that fight with the ball in his hands to go get the first down, to extend plays. I mean, he threw a touchdown pass with, a couple guys hanging on him. Keeping his eyes up. I thought our protection was outstanding outside of a couple of spots. Then we ended up giving up one sack, but there were some plays out there where we had forever. And so I was really pleased with that part of it. They did a good job later on. They did some stemming stuff that we'll have to do a little better job of. But a lot of good things. But, man, it's just you just can't – I've never been happier for a guy. The kid deserves it, and that's who he is. I mean, that's the guy we recruited. That's who he was in high school. And, all these people forget about him and written him off, like he's some terrible player. He's not. We weren't very good around him, and he got in a bad spot mentally. And it's so good to see him, where he is right now as an unquestioned leader and complete belief, and he's just kind of got his mojo back. And tonight was one of those games, you hate games like this, but sometimes you need to win a game like that to really, truly, believe, and I think reach your potential.
Yeah, no, DJ said that after the bowl game last year, he was so, it meant so much to him that you said, like, that's my quarterback. He's our starting quarterback for next. Like, there was no wavering in your belief in him. How did you kind of go about trying to maintain his confidence through so much of adversity that he's had to go through? And did you know in that moment, like, saying that was going to be maybe the thing that could be the springboard for him to turn things around this year?
No, I didn't know that, saying that in that moment. I just know who he is. I know what I see. I know how talented this kid is. I mean, this is not theory, It's not some pie in the sky. I've watched him, Everybody in the country recruited this kid. He is a great football player who had a bad year. And nobody wants to hear all the reasons why. They just want to pile on DJ. And everybody wants a quarterback change, and everybody wants this and that. And, I just have belief in him. And I know who he is. I know his heart. And so it's easy. And so I just tried to counsel him. If he wasn't doing everything, it'd be different. If I didn't see his heart, his character, his will, his tough, his preparation, and then that's different. But, man, this kid – he deserves it. And listen, Cade Klubnik you know, I mean, he's as good as we've ever signed at Clemson. I mean, he is that good. That's how good he is. I mean, this kid is special. And, you know, for DJ to have to deal with all of that and all these distractions and all the drama and all the narratives out there, you know, you just can't be more proud of a guy. And again, 4 games don't make a season. We got a long way to go. But after 4 games, if you don't recognize this kid's special ability, then you're blind. And you just want something else to write about. This kid's special. So hopefully everybody can tear up all them articles that you've written, you know, or take some ownership for them at this point, because this kid deserves it. He's a winner. He is the unquestioned leader on this team. And I would never, as the head coach, you know, stand up for something like that if I didn't see it every day. Now, he's got to go do it. And that's kind of where we were going into the Georgia Tech game. I mean, like, now we'll see him go do it, right? You know, and a lot of stuff was rightfully there. But once that Georgia Tech game hit, I'm like, well, he's ready. And so, you know, again, and then after tonight, I don't think you can question this kid. I mean, he's locked in. He's locked in. He's blocked out all the noise. I always tell these guys, you know, external factors, you know, they don't determine success. It's what's inside you that determines success. And he's made of the right stuff. And the challenges that he's had, the adversity he's been through, has made him better. It's made him tougher. It's made him stronger. It's made him fight more. And we're just better around him. I mean, you see a lot of guys making plays. I mean, guys making plays. I mean, that's the name of the game. You know, you got to make plays in this game. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's a space game, and you got to make plays. And a bunch of guys making plays for him. He put the ball where it needed to be over and over and over again. Great decisions on 3rd down. And I thought Streeter did an awesome job, man. I'm super proud of Street and our whole offensive staff. They kept their poise. They did an amazing job. And, you know, again, a win like that can go a long way for us. And again, next week, man, it's going to be even another huge challenge. Now you're going to play another great defense, a top 10 matchup. There'll be another 4-quarter battle. But that's the way it is. That's the way football is. And if you're going to win the division and have a chance to win the league, you got to win games like this. And you got to show up every week and put everything you got into it. And I know this bunch will do that. So, you know, proud of, again, what we got done and happy for DJ.
Dabo, year after year, you jump on these guys and they fall apart. You jumped on them again today. What did that feel like at that moment for you?
Yeah. Well, I told our team, my exact words to them, we were up 14-0. I said, hey, listen, we got to handle the success. And I didn't think we did a good job of that. You know, I all of a sudden I felt like, and again, that's part of coaching and maturing, but I didn't think we handled the success very well. I thought all of a sudden just that edge kind of, you know, got up. You get up 14-0, and all of a sudden the edge isn't quite what it was when you started the game. And I told them that in the locker room. You know, again, this is a team that's not, and I told them last night, I said, hey, we get up 14-0. We get down 14-0. You got to handle the success. You got to handle the adversity, and we did not handle the success well. All right, because this is a team that is incredibly experienced, big-time veteran football team that is well coached, and is the Atlantic champion. All right, so they're not going to flinch. They're going to keep battling, and so we did not put them away when I thought we had an opportunity, and give them credit for that. They kept attacking. They kept believing, and here we go. It's a shootout. You know, it was an offensive, again, not a lot of defense tonight, but it was an offensive shootout, and you got to win games like that, right? Somebody's got to make a play. You know, it's tough. I mean, Alabama, they opened up at Texas, right? Came down to what, last play? You know, somewhere along the line, a great player makes a play. I mean, they had quarterback sack. He was better than their guy, and he made a play. Next thing you know, you win a game on the road. It's hard. It's hard. It's really, really hard to win, especially on the road. And, again, it takes a lot of mental toughness to go do it. So, again, we grew up as a football team. We overcame a lot. We got a lot to correct, a lot to improve. But the name of the game is winning. And, You know, we lost some close games last year. We lost 10-3 to the national champion. And we lost in double overtime on the road on the last play. And, you know, and you win a game like this, hopefully that can help mature this bunch and help them reach their potential.